بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Dear students of Organizational Behavior course, today inshallah we will continue chapter number 7, Basic Motivation. At the first chapter we start to define what do we mean by motivation, and we said that motivation, it is the process which is contain three main factors, or it is depends on three main factors: the individual's intensity, direction, and the persistence of efforts toward attaining or reaching specific goals. So for those three factors, the organizations can determine whether the motivational process is working or not. Okay, and we said that motivation system which is used or which is discussed in this chapter, it is the same which is used in our life, ولكن احنا هنا بنحكي على organizational behavior، فبالتالي احنا بنحكي على motivation for the employees within organizations. Then we start with the theories which is discuss the meaning of motivation and the needs for humans, and we start with the early theories of motivation. We start to discuss hierarchy of need theory, or Maslow, Abraham Maslow hierarchy of needs theory. حكينا انه according to this theory, Maslow classified the needs into 5 needs: the physiological needs, safety needs, social needs, and self-esteem and actualization. حكينا انه وجهت له بعض الانتقادات والweaknesses، ولكن على الرغم من هذه الانتقادات الا انها بتضلها هذه النظرية هي الأساس، and it is considered as a foundation for the other theories related for motivation. And the second early motivation discussed or express the employees' motivation within an organization, two-factor theory for Herzberg. The new thing here that Herzberg said that there is an area in between satisfaction and dissatisfaction within an organization. هذه الاريا هي عبارة عن no satisfaction or no dissatisfaction. It means the employees don't reach satisfaction level, and at the same time they don't reach dissatisfaction level. Okay. واعتمد في نظريته على two factors اللي هما motivational and hygiene factors. Okay. بعد هيك بدأنا في third theory اللي هي MC-Cleland or McClelland theory of needs، واللي ركز على وجود 3 needs for employees اللي هي need of achievement, need of power, need of affiliation. وحكينا انه دايما بكونوا الناس اللي عندهم or the achievers persons, they are not likely to be a manager، ولكن اللي بكون في عنده need of power أو control under over other employees هو اللي بكون عنده characteristics to be a good manager. أما بالنسبة لي leadership فبجمع ما بين وجود need of power and affiliation. And today inshallah we will start with the contemporary theories of motivation. As we said in the previous lecture that the early theories of motivation considered as, or it is called a need-based theory. Those theory, contemporary theories of motivation, also they are called a process-based theory of motivation. It means that what the employees they can do, or it is represent what the employees can do to satisfy their needs. So again, the contemporary theories of motivation, also called the process-based theory of motivation, while the early theories of motivation called the need-based theory. Okay. The contemporary theories of motivation have one thing in common: each has a reasonable degree of valid supporting documentation. أكيد يعني في عندي على هذه الموتيفيشنز اللي هي أجت محدثة ومتطورة عن الإيرلي، فأكيد حيكون في عليها researches وحتكون في عندي evidence عليها، فبالتالي it is supporting by documentation. Okay. The first theory or the first contemporary theory of motivation is self-determination theory. What do we mean by self-determination theory? It is a theory of motivation that is concerned with the beneficial effects of intrinsic motivation and the harmful effect of extrinsic motivation. طيب, before we discuss or talking in more detail about the self-determination theory, let's talk briefly about the intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation هنا المقصود فيها it refers to achievement, responsibility and competence, or it may refer to the motivators that come from the actual performance the task or the job. Okay. فهو يعني الموتيفيشن هنا عندي القوة الدافعة بتكون داخلية من الإنسان نفسه، شعوره بالإنجاز، شعوره بالمسؤولية، بأنه لديه الكثير من الكفاءات. أما بالنسبة للإكسترنسك motivation, maybe it is referred to external motivators such as pay, promotion, feedback which is given by the organization. الفيدباك طبعا ممكن يكون على شكل verbal feedback أو ممكن يكون على شكل rewards. working condition كمان considered as extrinsic motivators. Those things come from a person's environmental or organization environment. طبعا هي خارجية and it is controlled by others. تمام، ويعني تكون متحكمة من قبل الآخرين. أما بالنسبة للintrinsic it is controlled by the employees themselves. So again, the self-determination theory, it is a theory of motivation that is concerned with the beneficial effect of intrinsic motivation and the harmful effect of extrinsic motivation. Self-determination theory, which proposed that people prefer to feel they have control over their actions. So anything that makes previously enjoyed task feel more like an obligation than a freely chosen activity will undermine motivation. عادة يعني الأشخاص بفضلوا أن يكون الأكشنز اللي بيقوموا فيها هم اللي بيتحكموا فيه، بيقوموا بهذا العمل بناء على رغبة واهتمام داخلي. تمام، ولكن إذا تم اقتران هذا التاسك ب external أو extrinsic motivation، فبالتالي هم بيشعروا في بهذه الطريقة إنه it is something as an order or an obligation، it is controlled by other persons مش من خلال التحكم الذاتي فيها. Okay. So again, anything that makes a previously enjoyed task feel more like an obligation than a freely chosen activity, this will undermine motivation. طيب، بناء على هذه النظرية في عندي كمان نظرية تدعم الفكرة نفسها، cognitive evaluation theory. What is the cognitive evaluation theory? It is a version of self-determination theory in which allocating extrinsic rewards for behavior that had been previously intrinsically rewarding tends to decrease the overall level of motivation if the rewards are seen as controlling. Before we talk about this theory, we wanted to give you some information about this theory in a simple way to help you to understand it. The cognitive evaluation theory, this theory is designed to explain the effect of external factors or the external consequences on internal motivation. So This theory suggests that there are two motivation systems. The first one is the intrinsic motivation, and on the other hand side there is an extrinsic motivation system. Okay. طيب زي ما حكينا انه الانترنسيك motivators it is refers for achievement, responsibility, competence. It is the motivators that come from the actual performance of the task or the job, while the extrinsic motivators it is refers to motivators that controlled by others, such as pay, promotion, feedback, working condition, and it is controlled by others. Okay, so according to this theory, intrinsically motivated individuals perform for their achievement and satisfaction, but if they come to believe that they are doing some jobs or tasks because of the pay or some other extrinsic reason, they begin to lose motivation. فبناء على هذا النظرية بيحكي انه الموتيفيشن اللي بكون داخلي اللي هو السلف موتيفيشن من الانسان نفسه لانه قام بعملية الانجاز بتختلف عن انه التاسك اللي انا بقوم فيه بتم يعني او يتأثر ببعض المحفزات الخارجية زي البيمنت زي البونسز. في هذه الحالة اذا التاسك حيكون مربوط باكسترنسيك فاكتورز فبالتالي هيك حنبدأ نفقد الموتيفيشن. هذه طبعا الفرضيات الخاصة بهذه النظرية. Okay, so according to this theory, they suggest that the presence of powerful extrinsic motivators can reduce a person's intrinsic motivation. وجود أو أنا أكتر أو إنه أركز على extrinsic motivators for performing a specific task, this will lead to reduce the person's intrinsic motivation. طيب, let's read what is written here about the cognitive evaluation theory. Cognitive evaluation theory, a complementary theory hypothesizing that extrinsic rewards will reduce intrinsic interest in task. The extrinsic rewards, the external factors and external motivators will reduce the intrinsic interest in a task. When people are paid for work, it feels less like something they wanted to do it. يفقد الإحساس بأنه هذه رغبة داخلية. طبعا هذا في حال أنه يعني دفعت payment والpayment is related to extrinsic factors or motivators and more like something they have to do. ولكن حيشعروا بأنه هذا الشيء obligation عليهم. تمام؟ نفس الفكرة اللي أشارت إلها self-determination theory. What does self-determination theory suggest and providing rewards? It suggests that some caution in the use of extrinsic rewards to motivate is wise. We have to use extrinsic rewards, but we want to be يكون في عندي نوع من الحذر في استخدام هذا الاكسترنسيك ريوردز عشان ما يأثر برضو على الانترنسيك or self motivation for the employees, and that pursuing goals from intrinsic motives. Okay, such as a strong interest in the work itself is more sustaining to human motivation than our extrinsic rewards. Okay, again it suggests that some caution in the use of extrinsic rewards to motivate is wise, and that pursuing goals from intrinsic motivation or motives is more sustaining to a human motivation than our extrinsic rewards. Similarly, نفس الفكرة اللي حكت عنها النظرية الثانية cognitive evaluation theory suggests that providing extrinsic incentive may or in many cases undermine the intrinsic motivation. فكلا النظريتين أكدت فكرة أنه الاكسترنسيك factors or motivators حيؤدي إلى or it will lead to reduce the person's intrinsic motivation. فلازم نستخدمها بنوع من الحذر بنوع من الحكمة. Okay. طيب in support of the theory one meta-analysis بعض الأبحاث confirms that intrinsic motivation contributes to the quality of the work while the intrinsic contribution to the quantity of work. الفكرة باختصار إنه في self determination theory والcognitive evaluation theory هنا انه الشيء اذا بده يكون نابع شخصيا او يعني it is self motivated الدافع شخصي لانه انا بحب العمل انا بدي اقوم فيه فهنا حتكون الكواليتي اوف ذا تاسك حتكون اعلى ولكن اذا وكانه انا بفعل الشيء لانه انا ارغب بفعل هذا الشيء ولكن اذا كان موجهة من خلال extrinsic motivations ففي هذه الحالة حيحس الموظف وأنه في عنده obligation و they have to do it. okay. في كان يعني مثال بسيط ذكر في الكتاب قبل البدء بشرح self determination theory و cognitive evaluation theory عشان أوضح الفكرة. بقول لي Markia said that I started work at the Humane Society as a volunteer. I put in 15 hours a week helping people adopt pets and I loved coming to work. Then 3 months ago they hired me full-time at $11 per hour. I'm doing the same work I did it before but I'm not finding it as much fun. Why؟ لأنه في هنا صار عندي payments فكان شعرت في إنه عندي نوع من obligations to do the job رغم إنه the same job which is done before لكن كانت كvolunteer فبالتالي هي اللي كانت حابة الشغل وبتشتغل بناء على اللي هو self motivators or intrinsic motivators. Okay. Another issues which is arised from the first and the second theory اللي هي cognitive evaluation theory and self-determination theory self-concordance. Self-concordance it means the degree to which people's reasons for pursuing goals are consistent with their interest and core values or beliefs. Okay, so the self-concordance it is represent or it shows a relationship between reasons for pursuing a goal, achieving the goals, and whether it is matching with the interests or the beliefs of the employees. كل ما كانت هذه الأسباب لإنجاز هذه الأهداف متطابقة مع attitudes for the employees أو مع interests أو مع beliefs الخاصة في كل مكان طبعا إنجازه أعلى وأكبر وكان كمان يعني بشكل مرضي. So a more recent outgrowth of self-determination theory is self-concordance, which considers how strongly people's reasons for pursuing goals are consistent with their interests and core values and beliefs. Organizational behavior research suggests that people who pursue work goals for intrinsic reasons are more satisfied with their jobs, feel they fit into their organizations better, and perform better. Across cultures, if individuals pursue goals because of intrinsic interests, they are more likely to attain goals. They are more happier when they do it, and they are happy even if they don't. Why? Because the process is striving toward goals is fun, whether or not the goal is achieved. لأنه هي بترجع ل يعني self motivation أو intrinsic reasons or intrinsic interests. Okay. طيب, what does all this mean? For individuals, it means you should choose your job for reasons other than extrinsic rewards. يفترض انه احنا نبحث عن العمل اللي احنا حابين انه احنا نعمله، اللي انا راح اعمله بناء على رغبة ذاتية الي، ما نبحث على الجوب اللي هو حيوفر لي extrinsic rewards، لانه في هذه الحالة حنصير نشتغل كobligations او orders given by the organizations. Okay. For organizations, على الصعيد الorganization, it means manager should provide intrinsic as well as extrinsic incentives. So على الصعيد الشخصي it means you should choose your job for reasons other than extrinsic rewards. While for the organizations it means managers should provide intrinsic as well as extrinsic incentives. Managers need to make the work interesting, provide recognition and support the employees' growth and development. Employees who feel that what they do is within their control and the results of a free choice are likely to be more motivated by their work and committed to their employers. Okay, so again we can say that if there is a relationship between the reasons for pursuing the goals and the employees, or it is matching with employees' interests or beliefs, فبالتالي the employees performing the job with يعني more interests حيكون is more happier or he is happy to do it. And if there is a contradiction between pursuing the goals and the employees' beliefs or values, then the employees is less comfortable and this will reflect their performance in a negative way. Okay. Now, we want to talk about the next theory, goal setting theory. Okay, goal setting theory, it is one of the contemporary theory of motivation. It is a theory that specific and difficult goals with feedback lead to higher performance. So this theory, it is represents that there is a relationship between goals and performance. Okay, the more goal is a clear, specific, challenge. Difficult here is mean not it is impossible to be done, but it is a challenge goals. It means a challenge goals. So the more the goals is clear, specific, challenge, the more it will increase employees' performance. Okay, but it should be supporting by feedback to know whether those employees accomplishing the goal or not. فلازم تكون بنفس الوقت تكون مربوطة بفيدباك. قد يكون الفيدباك بصيغة لفظية verbal, or it could be providing rewards for the employees to know whether they are accomplishing the goals well or not. Okay, so again, the goal setting theory, it is a theory which is represent a relationship between goals and performance. The more the goal is clear and specific and the challenge, the more it will increase employees' performance, but at the same time it should be supported by feedback. So goal setting theory is well supported. The first evidence strongly suggests that specific goals increase performance. The difficult goals, it means the challenge goals, when accepted, produce higher performance than do easy goals. لأنه easy goals it is a simple goals, فبالتالي ممكن أي حدا ينجزها، فيش فيها أي نوع من creative thinking، فبالتالي it is not motivated the employees to achieving it. And the feedback leads to higher performance also than does non-feedback. The second suggestions for this theory, the more difficult the goal, the higher the level of performance. The more the goal is challenge, the more it will increase the performance, and increasing the performance, it will lead to increasing the productivity of the organization. The third one, people do better when they get feedback on how well they are progressing toward their goals. That is feedback guided their behaviors. فلازم يكون عندي feedback عشان أعرف إيش بدي أعمل، أستمر العمل صحيح أو لا، فلازم يكون في عندي نوع من الفيدباك. Okay. 3 personal factors influence the goal-performance relationship. فبناء على النظرية السابقة اللي هي الجول setting theory، أو أحيانا بنسميها بالجول performance relationship theory، في عندي 3 personal factors influence the goal-performance relationship. The first one, goal commitment, task characteristics, and the national culture. The first factor is a goal commitment. The more employee committed to the goal, the more there is an appropriate atmosphere or environment to apply such theory. So goal commitment is most likely to occur when goals are made public. What do you mean by public? It means it is more specific, it is more clear, it is easy to be understood. When the individual has an internal locus of control, when the goals are self-set rather than assigned, and when they are based at least partially on individual ability. The second factors is the task characteristics. Goals themselves seem to affect performance more strongly when tasks are simple rather than complex. Okay. مش عايزين هنا يصير في لبس. احنا حكينا انه الجول يفترض ان يكون difficult، تكون challenge، ولكن the goals themselves seem to affect the performance more strongly when the tasks are simple. Okay, so simplicity here for the task, not for the goal. Okay. The last factor is the national characteristics or something related to the culture. Goals may have different effects in different cultures. In collectivistic and high-powered distance cultures, achievable moderate goals can be more motivating than difficult ones. Okay? However, research has not shown group-based goals to be effective in collectivistic than in an individualistic culture. Okay, so the cultures also affect the relationship between goals and performance. Okay, individual and promotion foci here it means it's related to focus اللي هي التركيز أو البؤرة. Okay, generally people fall into one of two categories though they can belong to both. The first one, promotion focus. Promotion focus, it means a self-regulation strategy that involves striving for goals through advancement and achievement. Okay, so the promotion focus strive for advancement and accomplishment or achievement, and it is an approach condition that move them closer toward desired goals, while the prevention focus strive to fulfill duties and obligations as well as avoid conditions that pull them away from desired goals. So again, the people fall into one of two categories. The first one, the promotion focus. The second one, the prevention focus. The promotion focus, it means a self-regulation strategy that involves striving for goals through advancements and achievement, while the prevention, it means striving for goals by fulfilling the duties and obligations. Okay, although you would be right to note that both strategies are in the service of goal accomplishment, the manner in which they get there is quite different. Okay. على ما يعني لما نقرأها حنحس إنه الاثنين بيعطوا نفس النتيجة، إنه هنا في striving strategies for striving goals, strategies for striving goals، ولكن هنا based on the advancements or accomplishments or achievements، لكن هنا إنه لا أعمل follow the rules, duties, regulations by the organizations. So there is quite a difference between each of them. For example, consider studying for an exam. You could engage in a promotion-focused activities such as reading class materials, or you could engage in a prevention-focused activities such as refraining from doing things that would get it in the way of studying, such as playing videos and games. So في الفيرست فوكس أنا ركزت على الاتشيفمنت، ركزت على إنه نقرأ الماتيريال الكلاسز تبعتي، ولكن في السكند واي أنا ركزت على إنه ما هو الشيء الممنوع عشان أنا أكون في المسار الصحيح وأحقق الهدف اللي أنا عايزاه to pass the exam. One of the application of goal setting theory is management by objective. Management by objectives, program that encompasses specific goals, participatively set for an explicit time period, and including feedback on goal progress. So, a more systematic way to utilize or to apply goal setting is with management by objectives. It is emphasized participatively set goals that are tangible, verifiable, and measurable. The organization's overall objectives are translated into specific cascading objectives for each level, whether the divisional, departmental, or individual level. Because lower unit managers jointly participate in setting their own goals, management by objective works from the bottom up as well as from top down. ففي عندي نوع من participations among the levels in order to set our goals. The result is a hierarchy that link objectives at one level to those at the next. For the individual employees, management by objectives provide specific personal performance objectives. طيب زي ما احنا عارفين انه management by objectives it is used as in a planning process or حتى في appraising process for evaluating the employees' performance. Management by objectives expected that individuals participate in designing the plans to achieve the goals. They are going, if they are participate in designing the plans in order to achieve the goals, they are going to achieve better results, better performance. So management by objective have different features. The first one, well-organized plans between employees and organization. The second one, it is focuses on participation between management and lower level of employees. Okay. The last topic related for goal setting and ethics. The relationship between goal setting and ethics is quite complex. If we emphasize the attainment of goals, what is the cost? The answer is probably found in the standards we set for goal achievement. For example, when money is tied to goal attainment, we may focus on getting the money and become willing to compromise ourselves ethically. Okay. فحنركز هنا على الحصول على المال وحنساوم أنفسنا أخلاقيا. طيب if instead we are primed with taught about how we are spending our time when we are pursuing the goal, we are more likely to act ethically. لكن إذا إحنا كنا بنفتخر بالطريقة والوقت اللي تم قضاؤه من أجل الوصول لهذا الهدف، فنحن في هذه الحالة بنتصرف بطريقة أخلاقية. طيب لكن في عندي كيس بقول لي if we are put under time pressure and worry about that, thoughts about time turns against us. What does that mean? Time pressure also increases as we are nearing a goal which can attempt us to act unethically to achieve it. فممكن يأثر علينا بطريقة عكسية. ممكن أنه إحنا نظرا لوضعنا في ضغط وقت لإنجاز هذا الهدف، فبالتالي إحنا ممكن نتصرف بطريقة غير أخلاقية فقط لإنجاز هذا الهدف. I think that we have we can stop here for lecture number 2 for chapter number 7. Thank you for listening and good luck.